How much box damage is too much?
I did notice there was a question in the Gastlecast We Hunt Together group on Facebook. If you're not there, you should totally go and join.
If you don't flip things.
If you don't flip things, it's a great group full of great people hunting together, helping each other and trading and buying and everything else.
And having a good time in general.
So the question basically was, if these boxes are damaged, like I guess at the manufacturing plant, wherever this stuff is created, if it's damaged, should it be shipped out to Funko and then eventually shipped to one of our homes, or should it be scrapped?
Yeah, and not only that, but how much responsibility should a retailer have on providing replacements, or Funko have on providing replacements depending on the damage? Funko seems to think that the box is not a part of the collectible, even though they sell protectors. Why would they sell protectors if the box isn't part of the collectible? Why does it matter?
Also, why would they have an app that tracks value of Funko Pops? Because again, they do know that the box is part of the collectible. Because people are out there on the market looking for minty boxes. You see the word minty a lot. People want a box that's in good shape. They do not want a damaged box.
To be honest with you, the only thing I ever describe as minty is like gum and mints. It's just like a weird way to describe Funko boxes. You should probably just delete
I don't even
all
know
of that.
what you're doing. So I want to discuss what you talked about with Funko Pop protection.
Yeah.
So Funko, yes, of course, is making Funko Pop protectors. I don't even know what they call them. Don't they have a name? Are they called Pop
just
protectors?
protectors, yeah.
Okay, so they have their own name. We always tell you to go over to $7buckspop.com and buy your pop protection there, because it is 10,000 times better than what Funko offers. But Funko obviously offers protection because they know that us, the consumer of these Funko Pops, want to protect our Pops. So this is yet another way for them to make money for the company. Funko Pop boxes with damage is not a good thing. You want to protect your Funko Pop.
They're saying here is something to protect your Funko Pop box, because we know that collectors like a minty box.
Of course they're saying that Funko Pop collectors like a minty box, because they would be stupid if they did not know that already, because it's obvious across the board that people post them up on eBay and Mercari. And by the way, Funko does have a stake in eBay right now. So when you sell your Funko Pops on eBay, it's my understanding that Funko does see a bit of that money.
Yeah, I'm not 100% certain on that, but I do know that they have some sort of deal with eBay. And the reason we're mentioning this about Funko is because it's oftentimes where someone will send them a picture of a damaged box and they'll say, well, unfortunately, if the pop itself is not damaged, we are not going to send out a box replacement or give you a refund, because the collectible is the item, not the box it comes in. And not only are the protectors a sign that Funko is well aware that the boxes are valuable, but the fact that they have sorters and wrap the pops in bubble wrap is another reason that Funko knows that the boxes are collectible, because why would they protect it with bubble wrap or a sorter in the shipping box if it didn't matter if it came beat up?
Well, all that stuff is to shut up all of us consumers buying a product and complaining that our boxes are damaged. Because in the beginning, Funko might not have known that people would care about the boxes so much.
They probably did. If they didn't know that, they wouldn't put as much art and thought into the art on their boxes.
I understand, but my point is that not all collectibles like this, people way back when all of this was starting to go down with Funko Pops like becoming a thing, I don't know if boxes were like so precious then. Because you see a lot of Funko Pops out of box from like around that time that no longer have their boxes. People literally put them on their shelves and they threw the boxes away, not realizing that these Funko Pops with a minty box would be super, super valuable. So it might be that this sort of grew over the course of time became a trend, and now we are in a world where the boxes do matter. Because collectibles over the last, I would say 10 years, have gotten really crazy in terms of like Funko Pops and action figures. You now have all these different lines of collectibles that are out there that way back when, like 20 years ago, were sort of popular, but they were very niche, and it wasn't as popular as it is today.
Yeah.
Now you have all these YouTube channels that cover these collectibles. Then you have Mercari and eBay are a thing now. So everything is different. The landscape has changed.
Yeah, and that's not to say that collectibles have never been around, but it's just become a lot more popular and sort of almost even mainstream to collect something.
It is, because back when I was a young adult, it wasn't cool to collect like stuff that we collect today. So let's go back to the question that we originally stated in this video. Should Funko still sell a damaged box, or should they replace it and throw that damaged box away? And I think because of how things are today, that boxes are so very important and so very valuable, I think Funko should definitely throw away any boxes that have been damaged at the manufacturer. Let's break this down for a second. I'm not talking about like a little tiny crease or a little tiny little dent. I'm talking like some major damage on the box.
Yeah, like something that's been smashed in, rips and tears, a little piece of damage on the front, or maybe slightly more on the back or something. Not a huge deal in my opinion.
Yeah, as a Funko Pop collector who's been in it for a while now, I really don't care so much about box damage. I only care about box damage when it's a Funko Pop that I may have spent a lot of money on, or if it's something very limited or has a limited number associated with it.
Or if it's something that we're going to get autographed.
Right, that too. So there are many different factors in all of this.
Yeah, and not only that, but, you know, we're talking from our opinions. Personally, I'm an out-of-box collector. I do still keep the boxes, because what if one day I do want to get it signed, or what if one day I do want to sell it? I don't want to automatically throw away what could be 40 to 50% of the item's value.
Right.
It all comes down to the collector. There are so many out-of-box collectors that just throw the boxes away completely where it wouldn't matter to them. So someone on that post actually had a really good point, and they said that it would be really wise for Funko to still sell them, but for a reduced cost as like a damaged piece. Similar to what like $7 a pop does. They put it on a scale through 10. So let's say it's like a 4 out of 10, they're gonna sell that particular item for less than they would sell an 8 or 9 out of 10.
That's a good idea. I think that would just take a lot of extra work. But yeah, I think anything with like major damage could be somewhere on their website at a cheaper cost.
Yeah, or they can even just take it out and say out of box pop.
Right, because here's the real issue. When somebody gets a damaged Funko Pop in the mail, they will then reach out to Funko and say, I have a damaged Funko Pop, can you give me a replacement? Then Funko has to then respond to the person and say, oh yeah, I can replace it, or no, I'm not going to replace it. That is all time.
Yep.
No matter if they replace it or not, they're still having to respond to the consumer or the customer. And that time is money.
Absolutely.
So no matter what way you cut this, Funko sending a damaged box to somebody, if they like it or not, is going to cost them in some capacity. But
yeah,
for the most part, I think there are some people out there who will not reach out to Funko for a replacement box, us included. Like, I don't know how often we would reach out to Funko and say, oh, I got a problem with this.
No, I mean, if I ordered the Fairly Odd Parents 3-pack, say, and it came damaged, that is something that in the future I would like to get signed if the opportunity arises. So I would for sure reach out to Funko and be like, hey, what can you do about this?
But if I ordered a common Indiana Jones, I wouldn't.
So it all depends on the collector and everything, and what amount of damage you can handle as a collector. Where it's costing them money, like you mentioned, is someone replying to the consumer, but then if they can replace it or choose to replace it, that might be another couple communications. And also it's money spent sending out the replacement.
They also give out credit, so Funko loses money when they have to send out credit also.
Yeah, if they refund you a certain amount of money, they're spending money on the person replying, doing their job.
Yeah.
And then they're spending money, obviously sending you money back for a damaged item. Now, granted, some of it can happen in transit, in which case Funko can file with UPS or USPS or however they ship. I think it normally comes UPS, but that's besides the point. But for Funko to file, that's having somebody there to go after UPS and file a freaking claim. I mean, that is such a headache in itself.
Well, look, so I think we just proven why it's wise for Funko to ship out pops that are not damaged. I mean, I think that's the answer, because it's going to cost them way too much money to go through all the work that it takes to send out that damaged Funko Pop. For the most part, most people are going to complain.
Yeah, I would say so. Personally, from what I've seen, I feel like out-of-box collectors are sort of in the minority when it comes to Funko collectors. By them taking an already damaged pop, and again, this is talking about already damaged. This isn't talking about if UPS damages the box, okay? So if they were to send out a pop in really nice bubble wrap where a box, the shipping box is obviously pristine, it was packed with that damage already.
Exactly.
So that's what we're talking about here. If they send it out, they're taking a chance, hoping that the person who receives it is an out-of-box collector,
right,
one of the very few percent of Funko collectors, versus just putting it on the website at a slightly reduced cost, so that way the expectation is, okay, I'm getting a damaged product, but I'm okay with it because it's going to come out of the box anyway.
So there's your answer. Make a part of your website a place where people can buy Funko Pops that are damaged, and call it like Damage Zone or Damage Mart or something. I don't know. Give us some sort of weird name, and then you can put all the damaged Funko Pops on there. Learn something from 7buckspop.com. They'll tell you how to do it. Go reach out to them. I know you're friends with them, Funko. Go and talk to them. Look get this all straightened out. Because I can't even imagine the amount of money that Funko puts out on a yearly basis for stuff like this.
Yeah.
Damaged pieces. I cannot even imagine. It's probably more money than all of us watching right now make, like at our jobs.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be an obscene amount of money, because it's often we go into these Funko groups and see, oh, Funko is going to be sending me a replacement, thank goodness, because look how this arrived. And then they'll say like, yeah, it was in a sorter, but the sorter's fine, so it was obviously shipped like this.
And also there's an issue with the direct-to-consumer stuff. So Funko selling on Funko.com, selling directly to us, they make more money than a Target exclusive being sold on Target shelves. So you're seeing Target exclusives, Walmart exclusives showing up on Funko.com. They're making all of that money off of that Funko Pop instead of having to basically share that with Target. So by selling to you on Funko.com, they're making a lot more money. So if they're making a lot more money that way, then it's best that they send you a piece that is not damaged, because they want you to continue to come back. They don't want you to go to Target to buy this Funko Pop. They want you to come to them so they can make all that good Target money. I don't know. We got a lot of reasons here, and I think that they're all stacking up. We're trying to help Funko, as always. We're always trying to put out pieces of information, our thoughts, the thoughts of the community, really, to try to help them right all of the wrongs that we see. And we love righting their wrongs, don't we?
Actually, I prefer to just yell about it and talk about how stupid they are, but I'll offer solutions once in a while.
But we want to know what you guys think. What do you think about damaged boxes? Are you protecting your Funko Pops? Are you going to 7buckspop.com to buy your pop protection? We need to know that also.
Are you an out-of-box collector? Are you an in-box collector? How much damage is too much damage for you? And do you like the solution of having like a damage zone on Funko's website? Because personally, I probably buy from there pretty frequently.
That's sick, dude!
Are we like surfing?
No,
skateboarding?
I just wanted to say that. I felt like a Ninja Turtle for a second, so. Thank you for staying until the very end of the video. We really appreciate all of your support. You guys are awesome. In every video, we like to shout out to some of our patrons from Patreon. In this video, we'd like to shout out to Michael Ramsden, Jennifer Crawford, Amani McKinney, Tiffany Anderson, Kelly Spears, James Dieter, Brian Ordell Jr., Ashley Shelley-Ann Nelson, George Gifford, and Laura Ampuala. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. We appreciate all of our patrons. You guys rock!